Welcome to Synergy Loves Company, where Disney connects to everything. Recently, I sat down with Rob Lachik from Rare Cuts Media Society, and he told me about how ESPN brought back the Hockey Night theme song for a glorious return. Let's take a look. Now that Disney, or ESPN, Disney via ESPN, and the NHL are back, you had sent me something that I didn't even know about. But apparently it's a big deal to hockey fans, at least hockey fans who remember the days of the NHL being on ESPN back in the day. And I want you to tell us about that.
So my favorite part, when they announced it initially, that they were coming back to ESPN, the first thing that went into my mind wasn't what day of the week it's going to be on, or like, are the Blackhawks going to be on it, or whatever. My first thought, and this is the absolute truth, are they going to bring back the same theme music from NHL on ESPN in the 90s? Because it is, being, like I said, that kid who was playing NHL 94 and watching hockey games on ESPN, when I heard that intro song playing on ESPN or coming in from a break in like an intermission of a game or something like that, I knew I was watching hockey. It was that theme song was, for a hockey fan in the 90s, that was, are you ready for some football for the NFL?
Yes,
that's
iconic.
That song.
Yeah. Right.
Now,
Monday Night
interesting
Football.
part. Exactly. So the interesting thing of it, because they were off of ESPN for, I want to say it was almost 20 years, they were off ESPN. There was the one video I shared with you that was really telling of that gap and the impact that ESPN had on the NHL game. So they showed some older hockey players and they played the song for them. And the older players are like, yeah, I'm liking this song. They knew what it was. I mean, like me, this song, it gets me all pumped up. I'm ready to watch some hockey. And then they would play it for some like younger players in the NHL. They
actual
playing
NHL
in
players.
That sport. Actual NHL players. They were I think the one guy said, "Is this the NFL song?" I mean, it gives
know.
you I didn't even know what it was
because it hadn't been on ESPN in so long. That's crazy.
Because so like, think of the person who just doesn't know what this is, but you see the guy who knows what it is. I mean, granted, he's an NHL player, but like, to see that like level of emotion, like, yeah, I'm like, it's almost kind of like hearing your jam on the radio playing,
right?
And it's like, yeah, I'm feeling this. That was basically the emotion that he had just by a song that was played before NHL games on ESPN. I mean, as stupid as that sounds, I mean, it's kind of like one of those things that's just kind of like gets in your ear and it just gets associated with it.
Yeah, well, like you mentioned the Monday Night Football, and I mean that's ABC. That's right in the fold too. I mean, granted, that song has existed before Disney bought ABC, but I mean, like that's an intentional thing, like the NHL or the NFL, ready for some football stuff going on Sunday night. But you really, those things, like I can, as a Disney all over the place fan, I mean, football fan, I got my Monday Night Football theme going. But like at the beginning of Disney movies, there's always the little Disney animated movies. There's the little Steamboat Willie whistle song that like you're ready to settle back. You got the castle theme that goes. Sometimes they change it up depending on the movie, but you see those like iconic things. Or Star Wars fans in those. They used to have the 20th Century Fox fanfare, and then you'd get that score starting right before the words were going to go slide up the screen, and you kind of you could relax into that. So I can relate to you in those kind of ways, that like that song puts you in a mindset to get ready. And now it's back.
That's a perfect comparison, because like I said, it's just like that earworm that you get. It's like, you know what's coming after this. It's a hockey game.
Right.
I mean,
it puts you in that state.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, from early 90s to the mid 2000s during the winter, if you put on ESPN on the weekday, you probably heard that. Or even on Sports Center when they would
Right.
go to like Barry Melrose with his long silvery slick back hair talking about the hockey games for the night. They probably played the intro to that song that they would play for the NHL and ESPN, and it just gets you in the mode. Oh, there's a hockey game, or they're going to talk about hockey, or we're come after break. Like if they're going to commercial, like after break, we're going to talk to Barry Melrose, and they're playing the song in the background. It just kind of got in that, like, got you in that mood. It's like, oh, hockey's coming.
Here it is. Yeah. No, that's awesome.
It's just like I said, that was the first thing that went through my mind when they announced that they were coming back. It wasn't, like I said, what day of the week they're going to have the games on or how many games. Are they bringing back the song?
Is the song coming back? I love it. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you really like this video, visit synergylovescompany.com for the full audio podcast.